Okay, so today I'm going to attempt to teach you guys how to create um, an animated GIF VIP banner. You've probably seen me with mine. I was kind of playing around with it, um, but hopefully you're able to follow along easily enough and you can create your own. Um, Obviously, the same rules apply. You still need the custom VIP subscription through those proper channels, but other than that, there's no restriction as to who can use these or who can't. Um, so yeah, let's get started. So the first thing you'll notice is that I've downloaded the simplified VIP template that I'm going to link in this thread. Um, if you've played around with the template that we had before, you noticed that it was quite complicated. There was a ton of stuff in there that you didn't really need, and it was there just because it was left over from you know when we were creating all the VIPs ourselves. Okay, so um, generally, well, first off, you're going to have these 5 layers here: edge, edge, VIP, and star, your image here, and base shape. You're not going to be touching any of these. Uh, you are basically going to just insert your image above this one, and that's all you really need to do. Alright, so let's get started. So what you're going to do first is you have to have a video that you actually want to use, or a pre-made GIF. Either one works. In this case, I'm going to be using an Instagram video, which is just an MP4 format, which is pretty standard. So what I'm going to do, and obviously you can skip this part if you already have your thing in GIF format, but if it is a video, you're going to go into Photoshop, go to File, Import, Video Frames to Layers. Once it decides to load, yeah, this sometimes takes a while just because it's a pain. Right, you're going to go into wherever your video is saved. You're going to open it up. Now, if you've never done this before, there are a couple things you want to keep in mind. The first thing is, if it's a long video like this one, I mean, you can kind of pre-trim it down, which just makes the import process faster. In this case, I'm going to do that just to make this move a little bit faster. And make sure you check limit to every 2 frames. The reason being is because otherwise you're going to have like 200 frames. And for something like this, you're not going to notice any sort of choppiness. Make sure make frame animation is checked and then hit OK. Okay, so about 42 frames, not bad. Okay, so you've got your video. It is currently a GIF animation. If you exported it now, it would be an animated GIF. But we're taking it a step further. So first thing you need to do is you're going to go to Image, Image Size. Now in my case, I don't need to crop it. I don't need to crop the width. So I'm just going to scale it down. Obviously, if you want to crop out some of the width, do that now, and then come back to me. But assuming you either don't need to or you already have, you're going to go to Image, Image Size, and you're going to change the width to 170 pixels. Now, if you're in CS6 especially, make sure under Resample Image you selected bicubic. It will default to bicubic automatic. You don't want that. You want to keep it at bicubic, and you're going to hit OK. Now you've got the correct width for the VIP banner. Next thing you have to do is you have to get it down to 40 pixels tall. Now I've done this already, so I kind of have an idea, but you probably will have to play with it a little bit to get it just right. There's no real like go-to answer here, but just play with it, and eventually you'll kind of get yourself situated to where you need it to be, to show whatever part of the image you want. The height should be 40 pixels. Hit OK. With any luck, this will be right. I can go down a little bit more than that. Okay. It is definitely an art form getting this just right, but okay. So for the sake of demonstration, that's good enough. That's pretty much what I have on my banner. You hit play, you notice it's still animating. In this case, it's kind of a subtle thing, but you don't want to get too flashy.
Alright, now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to scroll all the way to the right in the timeline, select the last frame, and then in your layers panel you're going to scroll all the way up and select the last one there as well. If you don't do that, it will screw with your formatting and just make it a nightmare to get it the way that you want. So then you're going to go back into your VIP template document. You're going to select these 4 layers: base shape, VIP and star, and the 2 edge layers. You can ignore the your image here layer, that's just there as a placeholder. Then you're going to right click, you're going to hit duplicate layers, and select your GIF document, which is probably just untitled 1, and hit OK. Now, notice this overwrote everything with this blue blank VIP user banner. What you want to do is you want to take your base shape layer and drag it all the way down below layer 1. So then you should have base shape, all of your GIF layers, and then VIP and star, edge, edge. Okay, so now what you want to do is you want to select the first, or I suppose the topmost layer in the GIF, scroll down, select the first one, and then you're going to right click and you're going to hit create clipping mask. Now, what this does is this gives the banner the rounded edge look so that it matches the ones that we've got. It's a little hard to see, but I'll zoom in. If you click play, you'll see that it does actually animate. And everything stays intact, the formatting is nice. It looks right. Okay, you can stop that. Now what you're going to want to do is you're going to go to File, Save for Web. Here you can adjust some settings as far as the GIF export is concerned. You typically shouldn't have a problem keeping the colors at 256, lossy at 0, all the default stuff, just because it is such a small image. Make sure looping options is set to forever. There is one thing you want to notice though, where it says matte over here. Typically it defaults to a black color. Now why does this matter? When you zoom in, you see that the edges become this black color. The reason being is that GIFs don't support partial transparency, so it needs a color to blend as if it were the background to make it have those partially transparent edges. I suggest you pick a nice light gray, something like this. The reason is it's pretty much unoffensive to both the light and dark skins on the form. The exact color doesn't matter much, just keep it in this ballpark. And you hit OK, and you notice the edges kind of don't look so defined anymore. And then you're going to hit save, and do GIF VIP or whatever else you want, and then you're going to hit save. Now, let's see if you open this up. You have your fully functioning GIF image with your animated VIP banner. From this point, all you need to do is you just need to upload it to Imager or Minus or another image host, and then you should just PM Amon or admin with the link to your image, and they'll get you situated. I think that's about it, so happy creating, and if you have any questions, feel free to contact me via the forum. You know where to find me.